have tried to subtly manipulate you over and over and over again, and your guides are saying,
Hola.
enough. Your guides, your spirit team.
Happy Sunday, Funday. I'll be right back. Gotta take a little by the bead.
Different goals at one time.
Gotta take it.
Standing, and to show you that it's okay to change your priorities and to leave them in the dust. These people wanted you in fear of your life. They wanted you in fear of everything. And now you're moving to this new timeline, and they couldn't stop you. They are shocked that you have healed and recovered from everything that you've endured, been through. The struggle is over. The hard times are over. And you've been facing your fears. You are still standing. You are not giving in. You haven't given an inch. Nothing can break you. You are unstoppable. So your spirit guides are saying you are now untouchable. They know that. Their intent to harm has failed miserably. You are transforming all fear into power. And you are confronting things right now that make you anxious. So I feel like that is what you've been dealing with the last week. You healthy boundaries at the bottom of the deck. You have been transforming things that make you afraid, transforming things you would normally run from, and showing everyone that was involved in
11:28 on my planet. And if you know where you're going, 12/12s.
Why you are still standing.
How's everybody doing on this beautiful, beautiful days?
And they tried to cross that.
You already know who it is, all right?
They tried to stop you from healing. They tried to stop you from recovering. And you're about to get a lot of recognition and praise for your hard work. So
Seagram's ginger ale always opens your nostrils up. It's just like, if you take vapes, if you hit vapes, like I do every now and then, definitely opens up your sinuses. Like, it's like brain freeze. The brain freeze face. Like,
so things that you have been waiting for such a long time. Wow.
Ooh, I just did it again. Wow.
Some here could be
That's why I recommend that good old Seagram's.
conceiving.
You know what to do with sponsorship is? Same with the honey. I'll be on the honey, all right? And if you know, you know. That's good for your immune system.
Because you are about to, I'm hearing immaculate conception. Whatever that
Oh, I have a scheduled interview. Is that for today?
things that they needed to have no part of.
Is that tomorrow?
These people were really faithful with you.
Okay, it's 2 days away. But almost forgot.
Came out together.
Gotta stay on your EBT interviews, you know what I'm saying? When they call you for that phone interview, they renew your card, shit, you better not slip. All right, best, I'll be back. Follow Brittany. All right, the cosmic wifey. Whew. I got my left shoulder. Did not fall for the trap. Definitely want to say with her big titty ass. We didn't want to say that. Oh, and this is just, first of all, welcome back to another episode of Zoe with your host Zoe Dog. Not a show, it's just an inside window of my life. My left shoulder wanted to take over the microphone. I was like, let's just get the introduction right. There's the heavy stomper upstairs once again. You gotta love him. It was 333 on the time stick. If you know, you know. Yeah, this is a hybrid episode. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. We're just going to go in ham. I know some things I'm going to talk about besides laughing in the bathroom. This is just for my bestie out there. She knows she knows. Like every other morning we hit each other up like, hey, how you doing? Have a great day at work. I hit her up this morning. Or AM, whatever. And then I went in the bathroom because I had... My instinct just said, hey, take a picture of your healthiness, right? So I did. Didn't hear back from her. So I was wondering if that was like, she saw it, she's like, oh, rat. But I did that for 2 reasons. Because my phone, and she knows about the magic. Because I saw that she called again on my phone for 0 seconds. But I was like, we did talk yesterday. But it's a glitchies. So maybe she has been reaching out to me and I haven't received it yet, babe. So if you have, the Agent Smith has been playing around. So there's other ways to reach me just to let me know. How we bada bing the first time, you can reach out that way and say, hey, I tried to hit you bada bing and hopefully you're doing good. Didn't hear from you. So you can do that in the future because if there's ever a pause or lag and you hit me up, I'm a quick responder. Just to let you know. If you hit me up, I'm a quick responder. I'm a superhero. I can be flying, the cape flapping. Yeah, I'm flying right now. I got you. I love you. I'll be back. Bam, we can do that. We multitaskies. Flappers. So yeah, if there's ever a long pause and you feel it intuitively that something's up, that's another test that bada bangs, we have some good things in common. I'll just say that. I don't want to jump the gun. But that's what I am looking for. I'm looking for an intuitive baddie. Not in bed, you know what I mean. I'm looking for an intuitive sweetheart. Let's just say that. Come how you are, you don't need to be impressive, as long as you're honest and authentic, no COINTELPRO, yada yada, you're not working for the devil just to get some information, yada yada. If you're authentic, I'll be able to smell it from the jump. And if you're intuitive as well, come on now, that's even more sexier. It's more icing for the cake. As the kids outside having fun, confirmation. Another thing too, just like how the birds chirp, I think Jadina said this a while ago, for calming your central nervous system. If you hear birds outside chirping, that's just another sign from the universe that everything's peaceful. Everything's calm, nothing to worry about. So these last few days, I know baddies, collective, you've been out here seeing me respond to some people, you know what I mean? And I'm human. Confirmation bitches. I'm human. Confirmation bitches, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted to reply when I hear these these thieves out here thinking they're getting away with something. So they may felt a little good by my reply. Oh well. But I'm not one of those types that just hit record and always smile for you guys. You know what I'm saying? If I'm pissed off, I'm pissed off. If I'm feeling a certain way, I'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's just gonna be. I ain't gonna fake the fun. Hey, how you guys doing? I just lost my job and my wife cheated on me with 16 of my family members, but I'm feeling great. I'll never do that, all right? I'll never do that with the blunt teeth. Never. With the Abraham Lincolns. If you know, you know. I'll never do it. If I'm feeling a certain way, I will express that joint that helps me transmute it, hence I'm a true alchemist. I was gonna say, so what are we talking about today? I was outside grounding, saw two of my neighbors walk past. In my mind, I was thinking they're immediately agents, but they're cool people. I've seen them before when I'm sitting out on my tree stump, and gave them some good energy. We, appreciating the weather. He said it's gorgeous. I wish to stay like this all year. Because we know that humidity in Maryland, that shit be kicking in at times. One of my clients a few weeks ago or months ago, me and Time, right? We were talking about, I was bringing up the humidity, and he brought up another good point, that Maryland really hasn't been that bad in humidity for a couple years. I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's very true. It hasn't been as thick, hot, and unbreathable in a couple years like it used to be, where it was so thick you just wanted to be in AC all day, all night, yada yada. Until it got nighttime, you go outside and enjoy the calm nighttime, moonlight, the crickets, yada yada, the lightning bugs, all that shit. But he brought up a good point. It hasn't been that bad. Seems like ever since COVID happened in 2020, the weather has been correcting itself. The planet has been correcting herself. So it's not as out of whack as it used to be. So collective, if we're paying attention, because I know a lot's going on in this theatrical world of fear, right? They want to keep on projecting on people. Pay attention to what's going on outside. It's gorgeous, man. I'm seeing butterflies, birds, snakes, geckos. I only saw one snake to let me know I had a snake in my circle that day. That was awesome. It went by my front door so slow and looked at me, and I looked at the snake. It startled me at first, because my instinct said, go to the door. And I was like, all right, why? I just went grounding. Went to the door, and I just saw this long black garden snake looking up at me. Reminded me of the snake from Jungle Book. When I looked at it, I was startled, but I told myself, I was like, we're all connected. I had nothing to be fearful. I believe this is an omen telling me I have a snake in my circle. And that's when Rico was just entering my life, and I wanted to give him a second chance. But he kept on violating my privacy and boundaries. This is funny too, like yesterday when I was feeling like I need to reach out to my uncle, or my dad, that I believe it is, but he could be my uncle. Just feel me out, I'm just intuitively putting puzzle pieces together. But my gut kept on saying to reach out to my supposedly dad, that is my uncle, to let him know, let's just cut the shit. I know what's going on. Tell me the fucking truth, right? So I reached out to him yesterday, and the first thing I said was like, let's just cut the bullshit, Uncle John. He's like, see, you called me Uncle John. I was like, all right, just for fucking layman's terms, whatever, just so we can get through this conversation without me having to call you dad and this and that, some Darth Vader shit. He sent me a text message like, I'll never cheat on your mother. She's a God-fearing woman. I love Phyllis, and I would never do that. And I know he wouldn't. And I was like, no, I didn't say you cheated on my mom. I just said that maybe I'll switch that birth, you know what I mean? Something like that. But then later on that night or earlier today, so I'm just being quantum leaping, I was thinking, I was like, those are some manipulative tactics. They can be. So I told my Uncle John, I said, hey, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it, but our family's a bunch of liars. I've asked you for XYZ, the letter from my dad when he was in the military saying he felt bad for the things he did. I've been asking for that letter. I asked you to co-sign a car for me last summer. You said you would, and then the very next day you came up with some other story. You didn't do that shit. And he was like, well, I'm about to lose my house, this and that. I was like, I didn't really even answer him that. I was like, I'm just tired of the bullshit. You guys are weak as shit. You're liars. I'm online every day defending our family. Nobody's been offering me help to solve our own case. He's like, so who do you think stole the money? And I was like, I believe it's on my mom's side. Her parents. My grandparents on my mom's side. They knew about it since birth, and they've been fucking around ever since, and just put me in this fucking secret government program, falsifying my documents, may have been adopted, kidnapped. There's a lot of things I'm figuring out day by day without hardcore evidence. I'm trusting my instinct. So that's what I was talking to myself yesterday. It's like, I don't like calling people out if I don't have hardcore evidence. You know what I'm saying? But I see my collective and how the universe responds. If you ask, you shall receive. Knock, you shall find. Seek, you shall find. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But since I'm still working through the human process of it, I don't like calling anybody out without having hardcore evidence. But I laughed when I was thinking about that because I was saying, well, they don't mind at all talking shit about me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not talking shit. And I'm saying that in the context where they're just lying and they're just defamation of character, ruining all my attempting to ruin all my connections. Because God got me all covered. This was all a part of the plan as bait to get them cursed forever by taking that sacred Indiana Jones statue treasure, all right? When the darts pop out the wall and she's like, and then Indiana Jones saw his boy that fucking betrayed him and took the whip and then he swung across the joint. When Indiana Jones traded the bag of sand for that statue, the golden joint in the Temple of Doom, he was running out of that joint after he saw the spikes coming out after he swapped the statue. Then he saw that same betrayer, his boy, against the wall with the spike through his neck. When he looked at him like, all right, took the whip, and ran from that big boulder. We all know the classic scene, all right? Same type of shit. So God was like, had these traps set up just for people like, he's never know, not knowing that God's the seer of everything. So even though God's invisible, which is not invisible, but I'm just talking in layman's terms, 3D language, people don't see it. They don't feel the presence of God. Hence, they don't believe in spirituality. They believe in this business called religion, which is bondage. So anybody that goes against their religion motto and agenda, they're heretics. They're witches. They get burned at the stake. All that shit. All right. Hence, they Bible thump during the days wear their costume like they're Christians, but behind the walls they do the most satanic shit. We already know the story. Priests and everybody manipulating kids. Let's just keep it like that. All right. We know. Fuck it, pedos. You know what I'm saying? Pedophiles, all that shit. You know, the priests be the most that has these little sex rings and trafficking shit. We already know that has been documented. So I'm not out here blowing smoke out of my ass or no one else's ass. So we know that shit. So we just got to expose what the hell's going on because us chosen ones, our spirituality, we're connected to the planet. Hence, these people in power want to make voodoo bad, which voodoo just means being in touch with the energies of the earth. Hence, the Haitians are the nastiest. America don't fuck with Haiti. All right? If you know, you know. And I learned that through Rashad Jamal and the University of Cosmic Intelligence. See, I give props. I'm not here saying I know everything, but I get the divine source when I'm in tune and isolated, and since I'm purified and I'm innocent and I'm doing my work properly and I'm being obedient, then I get the direct source. People are salty about that, but that's not this topic. Thank you, Michelle Malora, for your video last night. That was awesome. Basically saying God's prepping me to be used to all the hate You know what I mean? I can be in a room with billions doing my TED Talks and yada yada. Life coach sessions, charge about an hour. All that shit. Nothing's free no more. And there's going to be a lot of people that hate me. And I'm going to have to be getting used to that, hence all these dilemmas. And I'm always reminding myself, we must be doing something right if we're getting all this attention and all these people doing butt naked spells and sitting in seances and all that shit, and it's going right back to them. People are dropping like dominoes, all right? This is chess, not a game of checkers. And people are literally dying spiritually and physically. Lineages cursed, all these people laughing. I gave Megan props 2 days ago. I was like, hey, you're doing better. And then she goes right back to the fuckery. That's what I was telling myself too. I was like, thank God I'm seeing her evil ways now. Because she does look good, but she's the most evilest bitch out here. So hence her lineage, right, is not coming back. No reincarnation. She can have as much fun as she wants now. Time is up. Already clocked it. Been clocked it. We never wanted you. Never had sex with you. Now all the collective are saying your pussy smells like a fucking expired fish market. Seafood market. That's bad. It's clammy. You got New England clam chowder going on down there. So it is what it is. You're losing hair. Your hair looks greasy. You look busted. I'm not giving you any energy. I'm just pointing out what it is, since nobody else will call you out that detailed, okay? But that's that, right? So we slide you off the screen, Tim Burton status, right? Jack Nicholson, you know. First Batman one, all right, yada yada. I like doing my movie references. Hence, I was watching They Live movie again last night, and I wanted to showcase that to you all again, since it's so relevant to the atmosphere we're living in now. Like, people are getting exposed, their masks are coming off, and a lot of people don't want to believe there's something beyond the veil, because that leads to accountability, and it leads to digging deeper into what you have been told, and you believed what you were told, and you solidified that history as the actual truth. So it's hard to break down the walls that you've been building up for years and years, so you feel the need to get defensive and attack people like us in the chosen 144, when we know we're the actual walking Hebrews, and Israel has been going through what it's been going through since they've been disobedient to God way back in the days, and now everything's getting finalized and evened out. The weak shall inherit the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. I said that right. And the last shall be first. That's what's happening right now. So we're super chill over here. I don't think it's going to be a long download. Hence, our dilly-dally is on 1,000 infinitely. And we don't need to reply to these desperate demon attacks. Us honest, innocent people, we do that because we defend our character, our dignity, and at the same time, we're quickly reminded by our ancestors to sit our asses on the bench and literally let faith, the unseen, do what they do for us. Hence, this is a spiritual warfare we're going through. And I need to remind myself, I've done my part literally. That's why it's called surrendering, right? Confirmation bees. So that's where I'm at. And working through it day by day to make sure I don't grab the captain wheel again. Sometimes God lets me grab it because God loves that I'm a co-creator. So I do have that right to do it every now and then. But the more I surrender and fall back and just do my breathing, cortisol levels, make sure they're balanced, no fight or flight syndrome. The war's won. It has been won. These are just, like Light said, they're just fragments literally processing through my vessel. We're all one. There's no enemies out here. It's just, I am stating what I'm experiencing. That's what it is. I'm just stating what I'm experiencing. Until down the road I can look at it all and like, oh, okay, I get you. Because we're all learning. All right? I love to say I know it all, and at the same token say I don't. It's just stubbornness. All right? Just like Brittany the Cosmic Wifey said in one of her previous videos. We're just stubborn, you know what I mean? When we went through certain shit, just like I think Sunny Divinity 007 says, it's like, she ain't believing it until she goes through it. I'm the same way. Like, I don't like people telling me, hey, don't check out that movie, it sucks. As soon as they tell me that, I check it out and the shit's awesome. I asked someone about Project Hail Mary, and he said, oh, well, his boy saw it and he didn't like it. And in my mind right away, I was like, he probably just didn't understand it. And I hate to say this, but I don't. But when I saw it, I still need to finish watching it. Immediately I knew, I was like, he didn't understand what was going on. This went way past his level of comprehension. I'll just say that. Not to say anyone's above anyone, but I've been told a lot of times they don't check out this movie, and I check it out and fall in love with that bitch the first few seconds. I'm like, I don't know why they didn't like it, but it's all about the appreciation of where you're at in your life journey, what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on spirituality? Are you loving mystery stuff? Are you loving how the planet works? Are you a Fox Mulder, or are you an NPC? You know what I'm saying? And you just go with the motion, and you go with Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, it says 98%. Gotta check it out. So basically, are you a leader or are you a follower? Do you pave your own way, or are you one of them cats that just get in groups just to be accepted? Are you a fraternity or a sorority person? Not to throw no shade, but it says a lot. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I never had to join groups to get friends. They just magnetized to me, and they still do. But no shade to people that's in sororities or fraternities. Let me just say that first and foremost. Okay, there's good people out here and there's bad people out here. There's people that actually utilize those networks for good and not just for corrupt police officers and judges and corrupt postal workers to misdirect mail and government connections, you know what I'm saying, to hack your devices and follow you and have surveillance 24/7, put neighbors in buildings and just to watch you do black magic. There's so many channels that people utilize through these covens, Eastern Stars, Masons, and so forth, that they got called out for using it because they did it for the wrong reasons. Now these covenants are doing damage control and kicking these people out and excommunicating them or whatever. I was just thinking about John Wick movies, excommunicado, and they running for their life. There's a lot of people really doing that shit on bikes and shit and getting popped off. And I gave them the forewarning. Guys say, so warn them, and they looked at me like I was some sweet bitch. See, now it's Ric Flair chest slappers. I'm like, all right, Uncle Mars face. Yeah, Uncle Mars face too, gangster. But Uncle Elmer face. Okay, all right. Hey, we gave you the forewarning. Now y'all want to fuck around. I mean, put your hand on the stove, get burnt. Basically, it's whatever. You know that now. It was two. Oh my bad. I thought it was 222 on the timestamp, but it was 232 on the timestamp. It's still gangster. 6 and 9, 15, 6. Okay. So it's all sixes. Ew. Chemical makeup of human. But I think I'm going to trail off, and I think I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday fun day. But I just wanted to drop those notes to you guys and ladies. And Moon, I saw your acoustic song. Almost had me in tears. I was fighting back, and I tell myself, I was like, no, let it out. But I don't know if my left shoulder had more control, but I felt it coming up. I was like, it hit the soul, hit all the right spots. I felt the tribute towards me and other people that resonate with that frequency, that song. So I loved it. It's awesome. Keep on doing it. Ramming beats. Never getting in my own ways. I like it. Shout out to Ramming Beats, always making those soulful music tracks that just gets me in the vibe every time. Every time I hear one of his joints, I like randomly scrolling up. I'm like, all right, he got so many bangers. It's like the Price is Right. Bob Barker spin that big ass wheel. That was a favorite part of my show. I didn't even care about the prices and stuff. You know what I mean? The ladies that were watching it with me and shit back in the day, my aunts and shit, they were be on point. In my mind, I was a kid. I didn't know why, but they did all the shopping, right? I mean, that's $3.95. It was $3.94. Okay, shit, she went. They'd be on point with that shit. But when they got to that spinning that big ass wheel, I always picture myself like, yo, if I was on that joint, I'll hit that. The silver golden number, whatever the big one was, the $1 million, whatever the number was, I was like, I would spin it just right. You gotta watch the wheel and how the gauges are and shit. So you just gotta put that right muscle memory in, like, hey, shake, hit you up, right? So I don't know where I was getting at with that shit. The power of downloads, it come and they go. Yeah. 6. Hey, I love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Until next time, stay truthful, honest, authentic, be yourself. Don't let nobody, I know we're talking about fraternities and sororities, I know. Don't let nobody deter you off your course. There's going to be a lot of tactics out here. These little fake traps they're setting up, they're just desperate. I know it's easier to say than do. But as long as you pray and you ask God to step in, God will handle everything, and God is handling everything, even though we sometimes forget. And we're always wealthy and abundant. We're chosen by God, so I mean, it doesn't matter who's against us, God's for us. And that's it. I'm gonna finish watching Brittany the Cosmic Wifey, and hopefully see another Megan video, light video, and just see where they're at with things. I know we're all one. I know. And I'm letting karma do its thing. I have no more attachment. I'm no longer their messiah. So that's that. And they made their bed, they have to lay in it, right? I'm just a decoder watching their guilt fall right off, or their growth, you know what I mean? Their exposure, whatever. I'm seeing it layer by layer, and I see the rest of my collective baddies out here doing the damn thing. I love each and every one of you for your contributions. We're making it happen. And I'm going to stop getting mad when I see y'all give certain messages the way you do, and me wanting it to be said a certain way. Hence, I jump on here and I was like, you know what? If you want something done right, do it yourself. Not saying y'all doing it wrong, but you know how we get. And I laugh when I hear that I'm a perfectionist, but I guess I am. Because when I look at how I do certain things, I want it done a certain way. Hence, perfectionism. All right, touche, collectives. I be getting mad, like, I am not a perfectionist. I'm not about following laws and details like the Cosmic Wifey was talking about when she was getting cars. She's like, I'm not all about the details, da 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 da. And I'm the same way. You know what I mean? I'm getting better at it. But it's like, man, as long as it works, bada bing, but you gotta stay on point with that, because that shit could get you in trouble. Like when I had my cars back in the day, I just thought that shit would take care of itself like a transformer. Be on the side of the road, a transmission belt snapped and worn out. Oil's all low and shit. I'm pissing in the tank, making sure I get home or next to the next gas station. That type of Han Solo, Millennium Falcon, Chewbacca shit. Hey, I need to make sure. And you in mid fucking warp speed and shit. Like, we gotta get better at that preparation. I ain't even gonna fake the fuck. So, yeah, I'm falling back on sometimes feeling like you all are too soft and you're not calling out people the way I would. Like, I really, sometimes it irks me, but I remind myself, or God does, my ancestors and angels, say I was the one built for this job to do exactly what I'm doing. So I need to stop sometimes placing invisible blame on people. Sometimes I listen to Moon and she sounds so soft and innocent. I'm like, you should be more angry. I don't like the way you're laughing. But then I'm like, why am I saying that? That's not my thoughts. That's someone else that... Confirmation, bitches? I could be. Maybe not. That's someone else's thoughts. You know what I mean? Because when I'm in warrior spirit and I hear someone speaking at a soft tone and I'm not hearing what I want to hear, and them calling out the practitioners, because I see this whole thing, it's already done, right? I'm just going back in time for an example. Using teamwork makes the dream worth. Teamwork, I said it right, makes the dream worth it. And teamwork makes the dream work. And strength in numbers. You see, my mind's like, this shit could have been easily handled if everyone that isn't a part of the tarot community that was really upset with what's going on with others and are not selfish. I'm not saying, whatever, hear me out. If the shoe fits, it fits. If the tarot community really cared about people like me and other people that are getting manipulated and getting siphoned from, then they would easily call out these people that are guilty of it. So I was thinking in the bathroom, I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe she has some pull to get y'all scared, or maybe y'all are part of it, or you're in that category like I was laughing a few days ago. The people that are switching like, well, it's not my problem. I'm just going to fall back and watch. And someone told me that a while ago. I was like, oh, so you knew what was going on in my family, but you just said, oh, that's personal. I'm going to stay out of it. I was like, okay. So you just watched all the arrows and shit come at me and shit, and you could have did something, but I was like, they showed me their true colors. So that's what I'm working through now. Because I sit there and I get upset. I'm like, the strength in numbers analogy. Thank you. I was almost about to lose it. If everyone just called out these evil practitioners that are stealing from other people, and these people are thinking they're being honest, and they're not, those evil practitioners wouldn't be doing the shit they'd be doing as long. They're like, oh shit, I'm exposed. Because everybody's saying a duck is a duck. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's a goddamn duck. A spade is a spade. So when I hear all these messages decoded, I'm just there now. I'm like, all right, fuck it. It is what it is. We know who we're talking about, but I guess I got to grab the microphone and call out the names, addresses, and do all that other no filter shit. That's my role. So I'm like, God damn. And that's why I laugh when people that project saying that I have fear and I need to do something different. I was like, I have fear? I said, where? Where? I'm the one calling out people. I'm walking out here puffy chest. I'm like, where are they at? I want their autographs. Does anyone know where Megan lives at? Like, that's the tip I was on. I was like, show me where she lives at. I'm so excited to see why people are so fearful of her. I want to meet her personally. I really do. I want to see what all the hype's about. That's what I was in the bathroom. I was like, I want to see what all the hype's about. These people are terrified of these people. I don't care what associations they got. Got cartel. I don't give a fuck about none of these cats. They ain't got the cartel. They got the FBI. They got the cops. What the fuck about these cats? I don't care about what association. Oh, they the M13. I don't give a fuck about these cats. Are they beating God? I'm like, who is bigger and better than God? I don't care what gang you with. I don't care how many cartel heads you cut off. I don't give a shit. You're not worried about getting kidnapped. I'm like, I would love to see it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see the shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to see that shit. I want to see this shit. Like, I don't know what people are scared of. I'm like, I got the windows open every damn day. I want to see these Rambo chest cats. I really do. We have nothing to lose over here. I'm like, we're past this frequency, of course. I just love expressing it because I'm like, these are some weak ass people. Like, I was talking to my supposed uncle. I was like, you guys are all weak. I don't know what you're doing. But if I find out, Uncle John, you have something to do with it, I'm putting my foot through your ass. I told him that. Comfortably. I said it 4 times so he understood it. I said, all right, but if you have anything to do with it, I'm putting my whole foot through your ass. I don't care what age you are. I'll beat everyone's ass. All right, people forget I got the spirit of everybody around me, so I'm inclined to say certain messages for a reason. And Aunt Phyllis has always been connected with my ass. All right, the day before she passed, she sent me a video, Facebook, saying the black woman is the true. It's like the Eve's gene or something like that. Like, the black woman is the only woman that can create all colors of the spectrum. She sent that to me a Facebook message, and I was like, how ironic. But it wasn't. It's synchronistic. So I got people around me in Spirit Team telling me and lead me on the way. Hence, we fucking basically cracked the case on our own. We cracked our own case, plus other cases, cold cases we didn't even know were attached to everybody. That's why they want, hey, so quiet it down. Just be like us. We were controlled by quiet, so we want to do the same power of silence. We ain't silencing nothing over here. You always been weak. You guys always showed me the signs when I rewind everything and every event. Somebody asked my brother Marcus a while ago, hey, you haven't been hired by the government yet? I looked at Marcus, what the fuck is this? He came up with some bullshit story. But either way, it just all makes fucking sense now. So when I even doubt myself at times, I'm like, so why are you doubting yourself? They have not been supporting you. And Michael John's like, I've been there. I helped you. He has sent me some money. Okay? That's why I told him. I was like, listen, I don't even want to be talking to you like this. You think I want to be cussing your ass out right now? But when I'm hearing out in the streets and when my intuition bada bing, something ain't adding up and you guys ain't helping me with no puzzle pieces. You just sitting back, silence is a mission. So I'm like, basically, you're guilty until you prove me otherwise. Until you get up here, it's like, so I got receipts. I ain't doing shit. I got no properties over here. I never manipulated nothing. Show me some receipts. But if you sitting back quiet and letting everybody attack my ass, and you guilty McGuilties. Until otherwise. That's basically how I was telling myself last night. I was like, stop being upset about this, though. Because you love everybody. You don't have that human evidence, but you got the spiritual evidence, and their guilt's bleeding through their pores. All right? It's obvious. So stop doubting your fucking self. You know, so we were wrestling with that. Now it's fuck them all until they show me receipts. All right, so fuck them. They can stay over there. I love them. I forgave them all, but we ain't playing these games like I don't know. Case of amnesia. I don't know. So that's why I'm laughing too, because what I'm hearing on the streets, like my family members were sleeping with people I was dating or something like that. I was like, they must have been real good on that. They must have been real good on that 007 life. They're living double lives. They must have been real good. So I was watching the Soon Investigates last night. I heard that. It was towards my wind down hours. So I'm finding myself like I'm done tarot readings. It just makes me want to slap a bitch. If I hear certain things, I'm like, damn, there's just new shit every day getting uncovered. I was like, it doesn't matter because fuck them bitches anyways. I'm not dating them. I have no attachments to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. So if they did that, it's laughable. But there was one side of me saying, I'm not that guy. I asked people in their face, like, hey, did you fuck any of my other girlfriends? These other people has done and tried. Have you done it? No, I haven't. I was like, all right, bet. Well, God knows all. I'm just asking you so if I find out, then you get done. So get your affairs in order because nobody violates me. But I realize everybody's been violating my ass since jump. But I was a tool for God, still am. So I don't like calling it the ego because a friend of mine told me, hey, ego, it's all part of the soul. But there's a part of me that doesn't ever like being violated. I'm like, you know, and it goes to Rambo mode. So we're working that out too. You know, we are, because we're not soft, we're not a bitch by far. So when people do these God-ordained violations, it makes our eyeball twitch. Okay, it's just we're not built like that. We never have been built like that. Hence, we're like, we would love to see it. Come here, please. If you're that brave, I got to meet you. I got to meet you. You know, shit. Your name is buzzing in the streets. If you that King Kongish, and you got people scared to say your name, then I gotta meet this person. I mean, I literally do. I want to shake your hand. I want to see if you're nervous. I want to see how firm your grip is when you shake. I just want to see if you got the eye contact. I just want to see it all. I just want to see who built you. Like, what cloth are you cut from? But we know what it is. It's pure bitch that you cut from. And she gotta hide and shit. Hey, guys, can you do my dirty work for me? My mask is slipping. Yeah, it's off. I mean, shit. That's why we sitting back just chilling. I was like, if anyone's watching me, it doesn't matter. We rubbing one out. We horny now, fuck it. Enjoy these shoes. It's just like that. We don't care no more. Because God's watching us anyways. My ancestors are always around me and shit. They change the channel and go in another room. Like, all right, Zoe's about to grab his phone, go through his Google Photos, and look at some old cheeks. It's better than going to the porno site. Bet. That's just my shit, though. I ain't going to the porno site seeing some foul shit that they trying to put in your head. Like, all right, why do they even have that scenario up that bitch? So I just go to my Google Photos. I got a lot of them joints. I go to 2018. And just rub it out. It gives a fuck. Gives a shit. And it makes it kids are like, and they got excited. But you make sure you got no neighbors. You close your blinds, but whatever. Fuck it. Enjoy the show. All the money they making on the back end, I'm getting regardless. So all the things they thought they're embarrassing me, thank God I got a good, sexy body. So I was talking to my ex-employer a few days ago, just telling them, hey, they got this and this. I mean, like, hey, well, shit. At least I forgot what he said. Because me and him have sick sense of humors, man. I don't even know where that came from, but we just got some sick, dry sense of humor. It's foul. Never mind. I'm not even going there. I'm not even going to say that. But we just got some foul sense of humor. So when I said that, he was like, well, at least you're... Something about... He made a joke that I'm on pornos or something. Like, at least you're getting paid for it. Something like that. He's like, at least you're getting paid. Yeah, that was funny. But now it's just we don't give a fuck. Our dilly-dallies on 1,000 infinitely. We don't have any F to give. We really don't. And it feels good to be that free. And it feels good, like Michelle said in her video last night, or earlier today, whatever it was, that God is just preparing me for what is to come on a massive scale. Hence, I'm loving my isolation even more because I know there's something out here. I'm feeling it. It's like nervousness, excitement. It's just all balled in one, which is the unknown zone. So that's dope. Since you know you're getting guided in the right way. The universe will always let you know you're good. But I was cleaning gutters on my roof the other day. Not my roof. On my client's roof. I was walking down the roof. I haven't been on the roof in a minute. In that aspect, I'm Batman, so I'm always on the roof. But I got a little nervous crawling down it, and then a ladybug just slowly flew up right on the corner of the roof, landed there for a little bit, showed me who she was. Like, I got you, good. And it flew off. I was like, that's dope. And I saw a feather in the drain I was cleaning up there too. I was like, man, the universe is awesome. And the birds are all flying around me all day. It's dope. I'm the Jungle Book. I'm Tarzan, all that shit. Aquaman, bada bings. So literally, it's the Matrix Reloaded. It literally is. It's just like brand new day. I feel the frequencies. It's awesome. Justice is getting served. I'm trusting my intuition more by the second. And when I have that uneasiness feel, then I already immediately know to go against it. That's just the people forces, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. One of them long goodbyes. I love you. It was 40:53. I'll put this on my Threads account, of course. I always give you a heads up. Hey, check back in about 30 to 40 minutes. The full video will be uploaded. Check out www.venusvisions8.com. I haven't paid the service fee, so you may have something. It may still be up there, but I haven't paid the service fee. I'm going to take care of that soon, all right? But my site's still up there, all right? Baby bing. That's real business owner issues, all right? You got to pay the fee. So stop buying weed. Stop buying weed then. If we didn't buy weed, what's more important? The business fee or buying weed to get smacked and jacked? I really want you to take your time and think about how I'm going to answer that. Your business, dog. You guys are stupid as the weed. You're getting smacked and jacked. That's the first thing foremost. That's the most priority. Before you thank God, you smoke the ganja. All right? That's what you do. Shit. You smoke that bitch to the mustache. You feel nice and calm. You've been through Dante's Inferno. That's a true medicine. I'm connected even more with my ancestors because I set the intention. That is more important than paying a damn bill right now. That just goes for everything. That is the honest truth. Weed over everything. And it would never change. That would never change. That's why I'm leaning in the camera like, I'm going to be smoking weed forever. Yeah, if it was near me right now, it'd be rolling one on screen. It's just, that's how it is. I've always been like that. Maybe, guys, I doubt it. Because why would we have cannabinoids throughout our whole vessel if God didn't want us to smoke the ganja? It doesn't make any sense. But I'll leave you on that, Randy Watson, microphone dropper. I love you each and all. And I need to eat something. I'm getting a little, one of them hungry headaches. Take care before I talk to you even more. Love you.